This is CBS 11 News Now.
And welcome to News Now, our digital update. I'm Jason Allen. We're coming to you live from our Fort Worth studio on this Thursday morning. Let's get right to our top story. After nearly 3 weeks now, the terror in Texas from all of those bombings that's been happening down south, it appears to have finally come to an end. And yesterday we learned what police are calling a confession. They told us a 23-year-old Mark Condit, he detailed every single one of those bombs that he made. Police said they have accounted for every single one of those bombs, and that includes the one that they told us he used in his car to take his own life out on the highway. Marianne Martinez, she has been following up the latest. She is in Pflugerville this morning and back in that neighborhood where Condit lived. And I know a lot of people, Marianne, they were out of their homes yesterday. They were waiting to get back in as police were kind of still processing the scene and the evidence. So what's the latest there this morning?
Well, Jason, you can see just how much closer we are from where you were yesterday. This is the house. So you see this blue house here on the corner. The house is directly behind that. It's obscured by trees right there in the background. But ATF has been here. There's been a continual law enforcement presence here for more than 24 hours now. Yesterday night around 9, an all clear was given. People were allowed to return to their homes. But police did confirm that they did find components of bombs, no completed bombs, but components of bombs that match those used in the last 3 weeks. Those were found inside that home. Now, also of particular interest to police is the two roommates who shared that home with Mark Condit. They were interviewed at great length yesterday. No charges against them. Not a lot is known about them. We did ask police, how long have they lived there? How long did they know him? They said they're not releasing any of that since they're still talking to them, and charges have not been brought against either one of those two roommates. Now, we are also talking to neighbors here, neighbors who live very close, say they saw Mark Condit in this neighborhood very often. They never saw any signs of trouble, but they're also still left with a lot of questions. Even though there was that 25-minute video confession, that is how police are describing it, there was no indication given about why the people who were targeted, including the victims, two of them who died, why they were chosen. There was no indication given about that. So a lot of people still have a lot of questions about why. And there was also an indication in that video that there would have been more killing if police had not taken the action that they did about 24 hours ago to stop Mark Condit, believed to be the serial bomber in these series of explosion and of course, concern and fear that has gripped the Austin area for the last 3 weeks. Jason?
Marianne, are you sensing some of that concern and some of that fear has kind of eased a little bit? I know yesterday as we were in that neighborhood, some people were still a little bit wary as ATF and FBI were going through the house, but I wonder if some of that has eased a little bit today.
It has eased a little bit because they were allowed back into their homes. So I think a lot of people feel that that would not have happened if they were any more explosives in this particular area. Now, we did ask police yesterday because police say that that Mark Condit spoke in detail in that video confession about the 7 explosive devices, including the one he used to take his own life. He spoke about those in great detail. I specifically asked the police chief here in Austin, why would he give you the playbook? How do you know that there aren't any other bombs there? They didn't give us an answer to that, but they have been through social media in the last 24 hours, continue to remind the public to be vigilant. If they see anything suspicious, packages or anything that seems out of place, to continue to report it. So maybe that speaks for itself, Jason.
Yeah, it does, Marianne. Something that obviously people will still be kind of keeping an eye on. Okay, thanks for the update. We'll see you in a few hours, I know, this afternoon on our early afternoon shows. But thanks for giving us a look at what's happened there in Pflugerville this afternoon. Thanks, Marianne.
See you at 4.
All right, so now let's go and take you to southern Dallas County, update you on a story that we are following down there this afternoon. There is a big rig crash. Now, this is on I-20 eastbound, and it's close to St. Augustine, so that's just to the west, I think, of Highway 175. And you can see there that they have all the lanes closed there on I-20 right now. That crash, that truck, it was filled with gravel when it crashed. So you can see it spread all over the highway. All those lanes are closed. It looks like they're routing traffic all the way onto the frontage road there. There's also a bunch of hydraulic fluid that's all over the freeway, so it's going to take a while to get that cleaned up. And you can see that metal structure, that sign, has also been knocked down over the highway. So it's blocking all the lanes now. This is going to take some time to clean up, so keep that in mind as you plan your evening commute back home. There's a live look from the TxDOT camera that is showing the cleanup operations there. They still got a ways to go. Some front-end loaders out there pushing some of that stuff off, but that looks like it is going to take a while. We'll be keeping an eye on that over the next couple of hours and just see what it looks like as we get into into the afternoon commute time. And there you can see the traffic conditions, the slowdown reflected there on I-20 with the red marking the lanes down there just to the east there of 45. For any traffic updates all the time throughout the day, you can go to cbsdfw.com. and we will have the latest on the traffic conditions there. You can always check, see which lanes are in green and which one are in red. And outside today, Annalise Parks, it is not a bad day.
It is not.
You know, it was interesting the last couple of days when we were down south, down in Austin and down in San Antonio, the mornings were starting unexpectedly cold and windy, but then you got to mid-morning and the sun started pouring down on you. It was perfect.
It's been that way. I mean, we had last week, which was just picture perfect for spring breakers, and then we have this week, which has been quiet. We've had sunshine. And then you think about folks across the Northeast who are just
getting snow.
Yeah, getting more snow. They're saying, what spring are you talking about? So spring is happening here, not across certainly all parts of the country. Take a look right now. Blue sky. We are on our way to beating yesterday's temperatures already, 71. One thing you've probably noticed, those winds have picked up today. So sustained winds out of the south will certainly help us warm up. Sustained right now at 20 miles per hour. So look for warmer temperatures as we progress on through the afternoon. We will continue to see that warming trend going on as we're getting close to the 80-degree mark throughout the afternoon. We will see some windy conditions and certainly some warm temperatures. And another thing to note, we need to enjoy the dry time while we've got it. I'm actually tracking a little bit of rain in the extended forecast, but it's certainly not going to be with us today. Jason, 70s right now, DFW 73 degrees. Our winds, if we look at those wind speeds, and you saw that accident, you think about those those semis and the winds they're having to deal with today. That's a tough wind if you're going west or east, but a south wind right now sustained at 24 miles per hour, and we could have today and tomorrow those gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So keep that in mind and enjoy the dry. It's not going to stay this way. In fact, it looks like next week it could get very, very soggy beginning, especially Tuesday, taking us all the way through the middle of next week.
We've had some time to dry out, so we should be able to handle it again. And warm through this weekend, it looks like.
Warm through the weekend. We'll stay in the 80s.
Always looking to the weekend.
It can't come soon enough.
No, it can't. All right. Thanks for watching CBS 11. We're the ones for Texas. For the latest updates, of course, you can always go to cbsdfw.com. Thanks for watching News Now.